Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the Music Addict Podcast, episode number 2. My name is George, and I am the Music Addict. Today I got Hegwish native Cojack.
Hello. What's up, George?
What's going on, brother? I'm glad you were able to make it out for this whole thing, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, because I said, sorry, this episode's coming out a little late. We had some scheduling conflicts last week with a couple different people, so... Hey, better late than never. I don't really care. So yeah, let's just start it off, man. So you're originally Hegwish native and stuff like that, Southeast side, born and bred.
Yeah, born and raised. I think I was actually born in like Blue Island, to be completely particular. But yeah, lived in Hegwish my whole life. Went to school on the east side, and yeah, the whole southeast side, little corner of the city is what I consider home.
Right.
Northwest Indiana. I mean, I could tell you more about Northwest Indiana roads than the north side of Chicago.
Yeah,
shit,
most definitely, man. Most definitely. So when you started off playing music, were you always in the rap game? Did you start off playing in like a regular band? What were you doing?
I was too lazy and like discouraged to do what you musicians do and stick through the sucky part and make it to being good at an instrument.
Right.
So, I mean, I always loved music since I was young, but when I first started writing, it was like poetry stuff. And yeah, probably the first thing I started doing was rapping. My brother was playing guitar and drums and learning bass and just doing it all super dope. And I was just like, damn, I couldn't get past just being terrible at it. So I started writing like lyrics a lot. And the first expression of it was definitely rapping. I used to write like punky pop punk songs in high school when my friends were in bands, but I was too embarrassed to like show them the ideas, or I knew I couldn't sing that well, so I never wanted to try to start a band. So I kind of just kept it to myself.
You know what the hell with that? Because I mean, we grew up like knowing a lot of the same people and stuff that. So I mean, shit.
I never even asked you how old are you then?
I'm 31.
Oh yeah, I'm 30. I'm about to be 31.
I grew up with like Steve Filippo,
exactly,
Mike
going
Banks.
to that pop punk shows. Yeah, I was Mike Banks, Postello. Two of the band. Mike Banks is still the homie, but Dan Postello and Dave Granato, they were all in a band sophomore year. I'm sure they all hate it and want to disregard any of it. Like, so to them, it was just the beginning of their phase of playing with other friends and bands. Or part of it. To me, it was like the first time where I was hanging out with good friends of mine who were creating stuff, and I got to go watch them record, and I got to watch them practice, and me and Mike would goof around and freestyle and just mess around after practice. Yeah. And I always used to goof around and freestyle with Mike Banks, man. And
hey, man.
And but it was just fun to them. It was just a phase they probably wish they didn't have to remember. To me, it was dope being inspired and going to shows where 3 Bean Soup, Immature Example, they were Muppet Boy, Cade, all these names, and I even saw Como Siyama without knowing that all these years down the line, like Scotty Fisher, Age Parker, and NASA would be some of the closest homies in all the music I've ever done.
I mean, like some of them, they're still jumping in. They're still doing Age Parker's still doing it. NASA's doing it. Big as hell.
And Scotty still makes some beats too. Like he came here with it. He's still at it. He's got his second kid on the way.
Okay.
But he's he had some losses in the fam, and he's much love to the Fisher family.
Right.
He's been through a lot recently, so I love those guys. But he still had it too. Like he's the one homie who would bring his laptop over and come record. And I've yet to get NASA and the Skyway Music crew over to the studio all together yet, but. It's amazing. The talent and just the cool people around here on just this little southeast side, Northwest Indiana corner, like never ceases to amaze me ever.
Yeah, we were talking about that last episode with H. Parker about like the talent that this neighborhood has and stuff like that. But like we were saying before, there's a little bit of a drought in it. Everyone's getting busy and stuff like that. But that's life. Happens.
And you know what? We're getting older too.
That too. Yeah,
our
definitely.
friends who and I wonder how the kids are nowadays. Like, because we were coming up. You're my age too, so like,
right.
But we were coming up like where the cats packing into a van was something I looked up to. Like,
yeah,
touring.
Definitely, yeah.
But it was slowly fading because the social media and shit was coming up as we were.
Right, definitely.
And now the younger kids, like the next generation or 5 or whatever years, they have like no recollection of cats who paved the way. Like we were on like let's perform shows and sweat it out.
Right,
these cats are like let me make the right YouTube or Snapchat that's gonna make me famous. It's like a whole different world where like we wanted to build, but I started late in the game, so like I was already 18 when I started doing solo stuff. 21 when I didn't start playing bars, so I was 21. I didn't have a following, like, so you had a few years where your friends were happy and ready to go out, but cats got jobs, careers, kids, families. Like, we're 30, 31. I'm still trying to create so much shit, but
right, yeah, exactly.
My friends and fam are busy with real life.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, life happens, especially. But I said there is a good amount of kids, like teenagers and stuff, that I already know. We've had a couple of them play at like previous fests, like at Blotto Fest and stuff. We had this teenage group, young kids already making their own music, 16, 17.
What's the name of the band?
I forgot the name of the band, unfortunately.
I hope they don't listen.
But they're coming up, they're doing it. I'm trying to get them to come on and do this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, they're 16, 17 years old, and they're writing their own music already, and they're making their own music, which is amazing.
Guys do it, but I think the getting out there and putting in, like, even though I was rapping, I learned from, like, watching the guys in the neighborhood and the guys and, like, the Rhyme Sayers Entertainment and the rappers who were, like, foot to the ground. I never imagined I'd be, like, a bling-bling, like, one-hit wonder.
Right, yeah, of
guy.
course,
It was more like, if I could make as much making music as I could painting houses, if I could make 20 grand when I was whatever, like, and I was in a bus half the year writing music, I'd paint the other half of the year while writing songs, because that's what I do, listen to headphones all the time. Like, I never wanted to be bling. I just wanted to make music and get it out, and like, I caught the tail end of that. Like, these kids, I wonder how they view it, because so many of them, I guess, like, the cliche is, like, for rappers, it's like studio rapper. Maybe it's like studio bands at least have to get down. Rappers,
they have to jump out there and physically get their fucking feet wet and jump out there and do it, man.
Rappers is easier, where a lot of them they've only rapped in the studio, so they're super auto-tune heavy. They need 7 takes. So you see them perform live, they almost play their entire album version of the song and just kind of hop, skip, and jump and mumble over it, because they've never had to sweat it out, where I lucked out partially from being from this side of the city, where if I was going to open up for rock bands or my friends' punk bands or whatever, I had to at least sweat it out, because I'm a white rapper. So they're already, you got like a strike against you, like, what the hell is this guy saying?
Right, yeah, of course.
But then it's like, I was opening for, H. Parker when he was in Psychoactive with my buddies, Nonin and Tony DeTulo. Like, they invited me to open up at like tattoo shops with them. And And they love metal and stuff. So like, if I'm going to rap with background beats, like, I'm not going to have any vocals, maybe a little background on the hook. So
of course,
like, it's sweated out. You have to show these people that you're like a front man of a band with no band.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's how I always approach it.
I mean, and that's a good way of thinking about it, because a lot of people don't see that as when they see rappers and stuff like that. They just see somebody with a track and they're just like going with it, because they see everything when they see on fucking TV and like the way shit goes like that. So they don't see it as that, and that's a good way of looking at it, especially coming from like the rap hip hop angle. Because having to do stuff like that, like, because that's how we always did it around here. It didn't matter what kind of music you did. We always had everybody playing together. So it didn't matter if you were doing hip hop or you were doing like heavy metal or fucking punk. It didn't matter. We did everything together, because we're all fucking family in there. But the music scene was all one big family. I mean, it still kind of is, but there's just less of them right now. But I mean,
real life, like you said, life happens.
Yeah, exactly.
As much as you wish it could be what it was, it can't. So
right, yeah, exactly.
But I wish I would have, in hindsight, bro. If I can go back, I wish I would have tried to put out my solo stuff and seen if I could have opened for one of them backyard shows back in the day. But part of me, I did try to put in learn and put in the work on my own.
Right, yeah.
So I wanted to have something quality, and even until when I started the Cojack and Company, well, I mean, me and my homies started the Cojack and Company band, like, before we knew that's what it was going to be called and everything, like, I never started that because I always felt weird being somebody who never learned an instrument, who can't really sing, just has word ideas, trying to ever tell any direction to a musician who has put in the hours of got past those points I never could get past. For me to be like, play it like this or play it like that. So I kind of felt, as late in the game as it was, like, but I was rapping solo shows from 18, 19 till 27-ish. Okay. So 3 years ago or 4 years ago at the most. Yeah. Before I ever got with my buddies to do live band stuff. Right. So it's like they at least saw I was down to put in work, I thought. So they took it more serious. Like, he's not just some guy like, play for me. He's a guy who's been rapping by himself or with other rappers and trying to make a name in the rap scene, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. But you started with the band because the whole thing with the East Side Battle of the Bands, right? Yeah. That's how the whole band came about originally.
Yeah, the band Battle of the Bands. I think we were like, I guess we were like 2012, 13. So I guess we were like 5 years. Oh,
yeah, it's been a minute.
I even admit that. I'm trying to make myself seem younger.
Right? Yeah.
But,
oh, I know, man. Shit.
Well, because they were real cool people, and I knew some bands who were in it, and I was cool with, like, I just love being cool with everybody. I love the Southeast side, dude. I love the Whiting, the Hamden cats. I work in Cherville, Dyer, St. John. Family from all around. Dad from South Chicago, East Side. Mom from Lansing. They settled the language between the two. Like, to me, it's like I love this whole weird area.
Oh,
and
hell yeah, without a doubt.
And it's a weird thing because I'm going off on a tangent. I'll try to give. To me, it's like I was just talking to like Miguel Cisneros from the Unsung Media, hanging with him and NASA and Skyway and all them. And I'm always just amazed where it's like the southeast side of Chicago is forgotten by the city of Chicago. Nobody knows about it unless you got to know about it.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And Northwest Indiana is written off by the whole state of Indiana because to them they're just like Chicago's little cousin that votes left and pisses them off anyway. So it's like we're all in this like little community of forgotten by Chicago, even though we are Chicago. People are like, you're from Chicago? Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
Exactly.
I'm like, where? I'm like, well, I tell them, man, it's like, that's not. I'm like, look at my driver. I have to pay Chicago taxes.
Like, yeah,
like,
you see my sticker, goddamn. You see my city sticker, and you see my plate sticker. Got to pay every year for it. We're the forgotten corner of like the Florida of Chicago, whatever you want to call that little southeast corner. That's good.
But separated by expressways and lakes and
exactly.
and hood neighborhoods that everybody's afraid to go through.
Right, yeah, because no one wants to go through bush and everything. Yeah,
working class where. Now there's a lot of dead factories now, but you also got like if you're driving east on 126th and you see like a skyline that's artificial, and people be like, if you had a stranger, they'd be like, is that downtown Chicago? You'd be like, no, that's the Whiting Refinery.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's its own world. Like so we're this whole like boo-foo corner of either Indiana and Chicago where we meet, where we're the cats who live and breathe this air and drink this water. Half of them have to work at the place that might potentially be polluting the air and water they breathe to live a life. Like, it's a weird...
There's a bunch of people around here that stay in the neighborhood. They work in the neighborhood. Even if they're fucking slinging pizza or fucking... fucking pumping gas, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and it's just a weird, like, ecosystem, for lack of a better word.
Oh, yeah.
I'm rambling, whatever.
Oh, no, that's fine. But you know what, though? Speaking like that style of work, living, stuff like that, let's jump into one of these tracks, because actually you have one of your songs that talks about the living, like...
which song are you talking about?
Work.
Oh, Work. Yeah, Work.
So, yeah,
Work that's a song I wrote. My buddy, Scotty Fisher, was a Hegwish native, made the beat.
Okay,
and my buddy Wes Restless, a Northside cat who met me through the hip-hop shows in Chicago. I had to travel up north.
Okay.
Southside was cool, and I met some cool rapper cats, but there was no real type of scene when I was coming up.
Right,
so
yeah, of course.
18, 19, I just started going up north to watch hip-hop shows.
Yeah.
And I met Wes Restless, and he does the hook on this song. And
it's
a bit old now, but it's all trying to shout out
it's still a good song, and, like, it signifies the neighborhood. It shows, like, all the parts about the neighborhood being whatever you do from around here, being the blue-collar people that we are. And that's the one thing I love about the neighborhood, and that's what I love about the music scene, is because the blue collar bring up is what made the music scene to what it is.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main things I respect about it. Because like I said, just growing up, seeing all the music throughout my whole life, like listening to all the older cats, like who were always in bands, who did big things from around here, like Skatefish with the whole punk thing back in like the 70s and 80s and stuff like that.
I remember just a funny side note. I mean, D Nasty, who's Dave in the Cojack company, the teacher he had in Slag was the bass player for Screeching Weasel.
Warren Fisher,
yeah.
That was my teacher too, yeah.
So exactly. So like, I remember we had the Screeching Weasel albums when we were like young and
exactly,
stuff. And he lived a block and a half from me, and we could go bullshit with him for a second about it.
Yeah, he was cool about it.
And a cat that taught at St. Francis de Sales, where I went to high school, he fucking grew up in Salt Lake City and knew the guy who wrote SLC Punk. Grew up with the guys who were based on all them characters.
Oh, no shit,
he was
really?
like a Salt Lake City punk guy who happened to be on the southeast side of Chicago, teaching and like counseling or whatever he was doing while getting his PhD in linguistics, preserving Native American languages. And this cat opened my mind. So like this city is insane.
It's a big thing, it's a crazy thing.
Sorry,
no, that's fine. But let's jump into this track. So here's one of his first tracks we got listed up. It's Work. Check it out, see what you guys think. It's on YouTube, so if you want to go find it.
Cojack. There's a lot of Kojaks, but if you type Kojack's raps in, I'll come up for sure.
Yeah, you'll find it on there. This is Work. Check it out.
Time to get up. To all you people, early mornings, late nights, getting up to work, doing what you gotta do to get by. To pay the bills, to feed your kids, to keep the roads moving, to build houses, building roofs, serving food, the blue-collar people. I wear a White Sox cap, it shows where my home's at. Not to look dapper in black like John Cash, it's a matter of fact. Many rise at dawn's crack to pump gas, pick up trash, or cut grass. Others come together on construction sites. Plumbers connect pipes, electricians with lights, drywallers, painters, carpenters and laborers. Those making roads so your traveling is safer. Guys
guys working with iron, building them high rises. To those serving burgers and fries to curb your appetites. Mechanics you find grinding in all fields. Maintaining planes, trains, and automobiles. The medical fields, doctors to nurses serving patients. Paramedics, firemen, all the dedicated. Any police who aren't playing into the hatred. People working hard, you're the heart of this nation. We're not afraid to get out in the world and work, 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 work. I see us work. We're not ashamed to get our hands down in the dirt, 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 dirt. I see us right. You 9 to 5, I'm 7:30 to 3:30. Work till my knees hurt me. Someday may need surgery. Politicians fight over who might insure me, while others turn to burglary in search of job security. A lot of urgency involved in it all. We gotta be strong and evolve while the economy falls. There's a problem to solve, but apparently the cause is unpredictable and random, like lottery balls. And I'm appalled by the rise of welfare and unemployment. Many do exploit it, more try to avoid it. Are you annoyed by those who disrespect the masses who have to sweat to get checks? We earn a living by the sweat of our brow, not making killing fields out of our town, not exploiting the poor like so many around, be it street corner thugs or the corporate clowns. We're not afraid to get out in the world and work, 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 work. I see us work. We're not ashamed to get our hands down in the dirt, 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 dirt. I see us right. For those in the factories, those in the mills, those on the farms getting food to the grills, blue collar families hoping to build, the teachers dedicated to them educational skills, waiters and waitresses making tips, bartenders giving us a place to sip, and to any other people that I may forget, stay legit. You make it a great place to live. The dads and the moms working at bad jobs, but the kids got food to eat and pants on. We can't stop showing love to each and every one. So many to thank, but a couple are a must. The soldiers protecting us because they didn't have enough cash to pay for college funds. And any parents really there for the kids. Hold your head high, you make this world spin. We're not afraid to get out in the world and work, 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 work. I see us work. We're not ashamed to get our hands down in the dirt, 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 dirt. I see us right. We're not afraid to get out in the world and work, 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 work. I'll see you in the morning.
All right, that was "Work" by Cojack featuring Wes Restless.
Afraid to get out in the world and work, work, work.
Oh, he killed that hook.
That's a good
dude.
hook. That's a nice hook.
I had hook ideas that I haven't revisited yet, but I went there with that's a Scotty Fisher beat,
Okay.
English native.
Yeah.
You know, he was actually in Como Sayama back in the
Right,
day
yeah,
with
he was. I
Age
remember
and,
that.
And NASA, who Howard. It's funny, he's a Hegwish cat, a little older than me, but I didn't meet him till my paths crossed with the Free Agents and NASA.
okay,
and then we
okay.
met. Like I knew his brother Tim. Rest in peace, dude. It's
Oh, yeah,
insane that
definitely.
Tim's gone. Insane, but
But yeah, we were talking about the band. Like I
Yeah.
said, we started off because the whole Battle of the Bands thing. What are you guys up to lately? I know you guys put out like quite a few videos over like the last like year or so.
yeah.
So what else you guys been up to really?
If you look up Cojack or Cojack and Company on YouTube, Cojack, Cojack, it'll come up. We have got about 3 videos. We released a 7-song EP.
Right.
That's available at like cojackandcompany.bandcamp.com, or find us. There's links on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, all that.
Right.
But yeah, right now we have about 8 songs in the chamber.
Okay.
For a whole other project.
All right.
But while everybody, there's 6 of us.
Right,
We're
yeah.
all from different.
All from different corners.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, everybody's got their different jobs. One buddy works here, one buddy works there, and all over the place. So
different
we
times,
get to
stuff
practice
like
a
that.
lot, and we love it. But right now, next thing's coming up is some live performance videos with these
Okay.
cats from South Bend called Upstate.
Okay.
And,
Tight.
They show love to local artists, and
Really?
they charge very low, and they'll release the video. And the catch is,
Okay.
no paying for Facebook posts. They want it to be organic, so
Nice,
they will charge you
nice.
very little for a dope live performance video, but you share it through their site.
Okay,
so
yeah,
we got
yeah.
a couple of those coming up, and I'm excited just for cats because we ain't quite got where we're gonna record set yet.
Right.
and we don't fully have the money for a super dope video, and
Right,
we want
yeah,
the
yeah,
audio
yeah.
quality to be there. So like this is a cool in between for us where we can perform some live, straight up, no cuts, no edits, a few angles. They have a few cameras there in this
Right,
cool
right.
lit room. And we're going to try to put out just a few songs, and hopefully people are digging the new vibe the band's going in.
Well, that's cool. You know, like the last video you guys put out was what was the name of that song? It was
Try Again was the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a badass song.
Thanks. And that was a cool song where I loved it, and that's where Nina, who's the sixth member of our band,
Right,
now,
yeah.
she's a younger lady.
Yes, I've seen it before. Yeah.
She's a real awesome artist, real talented chick. She's actually a drummer in another band. And
Really?
She plays
No
guitar. Like if you ask her, her least confident suit is her singing.
She's
Yeah, like
but
she's
her voice
and she's got a
goes,
cool
man.
vibe.
Yeah, she's got a good voice.
Yeah.
She's got a good singing voice.
And she's a really talented young lady, like super. It's funny how we all came together. That's a story for another time. But
Right.
I've known her for a long time. Well, her pops and me are really good friends.
Okay.
And she's a really awesome girl, and she came and joined the band and has a whole other vibe. So that was my first like sample. We had a rough sketch, and I was like, "Hey Nina, try this out."
Okay.
I was like, "Just sing the hook," and then she came, she tried it out, was just gonna be on that song.
Right,
She just
right.
got along with us all. She plays a little synth. She could sing. She's a really creative lady, and like
Yeah.
we were like, "You want to vibe with us more?" She got down with more songs, and like so now the new stuff has her playing some keys, has her
Right, yeah,
singing
okay.
big hook parts, and she's become more into it. But that song, that was edited, shot by my brother Kyle Cahill, and edited
Okay.
by Miguel Cisneros from
Oh,
Unsung
okay.
Media.
Yeah.
And because my buddy Nick Brzezinski shot a lot of our videos.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's out in LA. He's doing big things. So
Right,
like,
yeah.
I had to be like, I don't want to seem like I'm backsliding, or
Right,
I can't
yeah,
come up with
yeah.
something creative without Nick. So I'm like, what I have to try, what I lack for hanging out with my man Nick is
Right,
I gotta
yeah.
try to come up with like as a cool idea. So
And
it's
that
like,
was the concept of that. That was pretty tight. I like the way you guys did that one.
it was
That-
like
that-
I wanted it to be three split screen,
right, yeah,
Nintendo
the split screen.
64
Yeah,
style, like we're playing
exactly.
Tomorrow
And that was
Apart.
cool. Like, I got that. I got the
And
theory.
I
behind that.
wanted it to be one take. So
Yeah.
the band plays the song one take in our
Right.
practice spot, and they jam, and you see them play it.
Right,
Then
yeah.
Nina does the whole song one take, all her parts, and
Right,
then I
just
do
her
the
walking and
song one
everything, yeah.
take, my part. And I wanted
And that was a cool concept. I
Yeah.
like the idea behind that because you haven't seen nothing like that before.
yeah, I thought
like
we probably could have been creative. Like, you should have met at the end, and da, da, da. I'm just literally like pragmatic. It was like 90, 80 degrees. My brother was filming it with
Okay.
his drone camera,
Okay.
and the drone films great when it's moving, but them alley walks and shit, and
Yeah,
our
yeah,
practice
yeah.
spot ended up having too much interference, so we couldn't fly it.
Okay.
So we had to hold it and like move it, and
Okay.
the angles are cool, and he's moving around like a madman.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it would overheat sometimes because
Yeah.
it's used to that.
Yeah,
like,
you can see
drone
it was in the
flying
summertime because
filtration.
like you see you guys walking that video.
Yeah.
You guys are just
It's
like
sweaty,
pouring
dude.
down sweat like it was
and,
raining.
It kept overheating. And it should have been a 1 day take, and we had to meet up 3 different times because
Okay.
the camera kept freezing because it was so hot and because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
flying.
Okay.
I mean, this is the first time I ever really talked about that. It was
Yeah.
all filmed on my brother's drone camera, but he would like when you watch mine and Nina's shots,
Right.
he flies from the sky.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
he catches that. My brother's
Okay.
a man. He caught his drone and then started walking backwards and
Damn.
filming us, and then walking in circles as we're walking down the alley.
Right,
He's holding
yeah.
his drone camera. We got one guy spotting him to make sure no car hits him.
Right,
like,
yeah, of
It was
course.
an interesting thing. Like, and then Miguel was like, "Hey man, I'm thinking some sepia and some. Can you help splice it together?" 'Cause we
Yeah,
went to
yeah, of
buy it.
course,
He
yeah.
was nothing but dope about it. So like, that's what's beauty about the neighborhood too. Like,
Right, yeah, definitely.
talented people you
Definitely.
can call
Yeah, you
upon.
can call somebody. It doesn't matter if you need something done in your house or you need something
yeah.
help done, some kind
I
of
can
audio
rap for you,
editing,
or I can
video
paint your
editing.
room. If you want me to paint your room while I rap, that's like a mixed fee. We gotta-
Right, yeah, you can do something like that. You get a 2-for-1 show. You know, you get someone to do your house and someone to sing for you while they're doing it, man. You just gotta pay a little bit extra for the
Yeah,
song.
yeah, you know. Yeah.
That's cool though. So who else you got in the band? You got Dan P, drummer.
Yeah, Dan Postello, who is a year older than us at Francis, so
Yeah.
probably your age. In
Yeah, yeah,
school,
I remember
imagine.
seeing him around all the time.
And he was in Muppet Boy, and they were in like how many different names?
Oh,
Skylit,
God.
Ignition,
There
Samia
was
in.
I
there
can't
was so
even
many
remember.
bands, but, like,
there was so many back
and I
then.
just used to love going to see him play, and like he always remained a homie, so we got him.
Right.
we
We
got
got the old school homie Dave
T-Nasty,
Granado.
Dave Granado.
Yep. Grew up with
who
him
I
too.
met a little before freshman year started. He moved to Hegwish, and then
Yeah.
we became cool because we had the same first and second period together and became
Yeah,
homies.
yeah.
And since then, we've been guys. So
Yeah, I
he's
grew
on,
up with him in Slag and everything when he was in
Yeah.
Slag, so stuff
I
like
remember
that.
helping him pack up his belongings, moving from Slag to Hegwish, right as he was. Or so
Nice.
it was actually he was moving during high school because I helped him pack some stuff. So yeah,
Okay,
he was
okay.
visiting his aunt and uncle lived around Man Park in Hegwish, and he would
Oh,
walk
okay.
around with Steve one time. I met him and Steve
Yeah,
around
yeah,
the
yeah.
park, and But yeah, then Andy Celio, Jose
Yeah,
Celio,
yeah, definitely.
who lived right behind P-Man. So, and he was actually next to me all 4 years of high school. He was the locker next to me.
Oh, okay.
Cahill and Celio.
Oh,
like,
okay, nice, yeah.
And we
Yeah.
like barely kicked it in high school.
Well,
And it's still like.
but
blows
you
my
know what though,
mind.
that's
We're
cool
such
about
homies
that,
now,
you know?
and I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like
Like you
we
said,
were
that's
homies
the
way
joy
before.
of the neighborhood. You know, the
Yeah.
neighborhood always brings somebody together. It doesn't matter if it's right now or 10 years from now.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
neighborhood always brings everybody together, bro. Especially when it comes down to music. Like I said, music is the lifeblood of this fucking neighborhood. It keeps the neighborhood thriving in a sense because, like I said, like there was like a long period of time, like back in like the 80s and 90s, like when my pops was doing all his music thing.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him and all those guys. And then as he got older, like my brother's generation, like his group, there was a lot of bands back like in the late 90s and stuff like
that we missed, which I
Yeah.
would love to catch.
You know, like when my cousin's band, like Pretty Baby and all them, and like
See, you at least were kind of peripherally in it.
yeah,
I'm like in
I was in it, yeah.
With like my mom and dad were like 20 and like 22 or 3 when they got married.
Okay.
They literally crapped us out, like all 5 of us kids in an 8-year period. So they had like nothing. Once they like started having kids and got married, they were like shut off completely from the neighborhood. All their
Okay.
connections. My dad grew up on like 100th and L.
Okay,
But he
okay.
like completely was just like fireman, concrete guy,
Yeah.
and 5 kids. My mom was like 5 kids, home daycare, that's it. Like so
Right,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
I was so happy when I discovered like the free agents,
Right.
even though I didn't grow up with them.
Yeah, yeah,
Were the
definitely.
cats who I had friends from the East Side P-Man and all them, but they were all rock dudes. So like
Right,
rock
yeah,
dudes,
of course.
Like it was the free agents. I did a show at Green Olive when I turned 21.
Okay.
A little Hegwish bar that the local Hegwish
Right.
people hate because it's supposed to be a restaurant, is what it's supposed to. They promised them. It turned into a party
Yeah,
bar.
pretty much all it is.
But I started doing shows there right when I turned 21. I threw my
Okay.
first show, and the free agents heard like some guy from Hegwish is throwing a rap show at the
Right,
Green Olive,
okay.
and they reached out like to this day. They, yo man, we're free agents. We're from the East Side. You know,
Right,
like
yeah.
some cats from about 113th and N. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just guys that are a little older, but whatever. Turns out later we had so many mutual homies. But
Right, yeah. Well, yeah,
I was-
because with all that with H. Parker and all them, so
exactly.
it was like,
And I was like, all right, cool. Just reach out to the owner. Like the owner was so apprehensive about me rapping at the time. So this is, almost 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to be 31.
Right.
I just turned 21. And my father-in-law, and he knew who my dad was, but my father-in-law had to show him like my more acoustic chill vibe stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
then he knew who I was. So like they were just, people think rap and they think gangster stuff.
right, yeah, of course,
So, like,
especially
when
around here.
Yeah, and so exactly. And when the free agents got at me and I got to check their MySpace page,
MySpace.
I was like,
That's a throwback right
yeah,
there.
and you can
That's
tell
2000.
they were like hip hop heads, like
Yeah.
b-boyish type vibe and graph writers, but they were also like working class dudes, and they were both
Oh,
in the
yeah,
construction
definitely.
racket. So to me, it was like I'm coming at it where I didn't do the b-boy graph writing thing, I
Right.
did, like the weird stoner philosophy, whatever,
Right, yeah, yeah,
confused,
yeah.
that type of thing, but also love the hip hop thing. And I liked their music, and I was like, I wish I
Right,
could.
yeah.
I wish I could say you could totally perform there. You got to holler at the owner. They went there and straight up on their own brought a little EP. When before they had a band, it was just NASA
was just
and Merc,
yeah.
and they did their thing. And he's like, yeah. So when dude Joe Pope got in
Yeah.
at the time, was like, yo, next show, you down to have these guys open? I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, without why
It was
not?
before they got like hit with the fees. Like, dude, I remember I made more money probably at any rap show when I was 21 and did the first Green Olive show because
Uh-huh.
nobody was yelling at him about charging at the door, so we could charge $5 at the door.
Right, yeah.
I was 21, so like my homies were still young and drinking. So
Right, yeah,
it's
of
just
course.
that the
Yeah, yeah,
timeline
hell yeah.
worked out. Like, oh, Cojack's finally throwing his own party, and I had like my friend Buddy, who's still a bad music. Like it was just all perfect storm. And I got so much, like I got 89% of the door or something.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got all the bar
Right,
money.
yeah, of
so it was
course,
like,
yeah.
It was awesome, but then he got hit like you don't have a license to charge at the door. You don't and all the whatever. Comes
Right,
up.
yeah,
But
all
through
that other stuff.
I met NASA and Merc, who that one show they opened up for. We never had to be like an opening thing after
Right,
that.
yeah, it
Like
was
they
just-
did that one show, and I was just like, I love how you dudes are rocking.
Right,
You
yeah.
cats are cool as
Like,
hell.
let's do this
We're on
again,
the same
yeah.
page, like. And then I later met Scotty Fisher, who made the work beat,
Okay, yeah.
and he like was from Hegwish, but he started hanging out with more of the East Side cats making music, and that's
Right,
how he
yeah.
joined Como Se Llama and all that.
Yeah, yeah, with
And
all
I
them.
remember seeing Age from back in the day, so I met like at NASA's studio. I got to hang out with H. Parker. I got to hang out with Scotty. I got to hang
Right.
out with Shapeless a little more, even though
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
Shapeless from back in the day.
Right, yeah, of course.
I got to be a little more intimate with all these dudes who I've known peripherally for so long. And it was just
Right,
like
yeah.
one of the best things in my mind that happened. I don't care if we never make $100 from a song.
Right,
I've
yeah.
met some cool people that are just good people and artists.
Right,
that
yeah.
I would never trade that shit for anything.
Oh, hell no. And that's one thing I know I always touch on. Like, there's still people out there who make the music for the love of making the music, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's a big thing. That's the soul. That's the soul content of the music. Like, if you find the guys that are just out there and, like, they trying to, like, trying to push the buck thing. It's like, you know, it's cool. You know, you're still making music, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, don't take your soul out of it just for $1. You know.
And I met the rap thing, and this is another sidebar, but
Right.
since when you rap isn't quite as advanced, I guess, as rock is. Where like a death metal dude doesn't expect a folk rock guy to like his shit, both
Right, yeah,
just
of
because
course.
there's guitar and lyrics.
Right,
But a
hell yeah.
rapper, if somebody says you rap, they assume like you like my type of rap. 'Cause
Right,
everybody-
yeah, of course.
So like a gangster rapper or a mumble rapper or a trap rapper from the neighborhood, they'll be like, "Do you ever
Oh,
hear of
God.
Cojack?"
Right,
Or
yeah.
they'll tell to me, "Do you ever hear of blank?"
Right.
And I'll be like, "No, not really." And then they'll show me a video. I'm like, "Oh wow, there's some shit I know, you know, from the area."
Right. Yeah.
Like, you guys never crossed paths? I'm like, well, dude's rapping about money and his guns and trying to be this and that.
Right,
That
yeah,
has
yeah.
nothing to do with me. Like,
Right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
No, just because we rhyme over beats, it means I'm no way affiliated or do your own thing, I guess.
Right,
But
of
like,
course.
I am not trying to have cats who are in gangs in my videos. I will want our neighborhoods to be safe.
Right,
I want a
exactly.
place where our kids might grow up to be safe.
Damn right,
I
yeah,
don't-
hell
you know,
yeah,
like,
I
and
feel
I'm
that all the
not-
way.
I'm a working class dude who wants enough to get by and support his friends and fam. So like, I do not want to throw money in the air. And if you're talking about how bald
Right,
you
yeah,
are, paying
exactly.
for chicks, I just can't relate. Like, to each their own. But it's
Right.
like,
I get you.
but when you're a rapper, and it should advance, and it's slowly getting there.
Right.
But like, you know, if you're in a death metal band, they don't go, "What do you think of Bob Dylan's new album?" Because
Right,
it's
yeah, I
acoustic
get- yeah,
and It's very
exactly.
intimate. But with rap, it's like, you rhyme over drums. What do you think about this mumble rapper, this trap rapper, this party rapper,
Right, yeah,
and then
it's
maybe
like-
this I don't know if I'm conscious, if I'm rap rock, if I'm whatever.
Right.
I'm like my experience type shit, but why do I have to have an opinion
Yeah.
about
Yeah. I don't
every
understand
other delivery with mics and beats
Right.
that ever comes across?
I mean, it's like either you like them, you don't like them.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I mean, you shouldn't have to be able to like have to go in depth about everything, every little detail, because that's pointless. That's not what music is
But
about.
it's a little different, I guess, and this is, I'm thinking on the fly, like thinking out loud here, but I guess with rap, if we're at a party
Right.
and they say dude could rap,
Right.
maybe, see, guitar playing isn't quite like that because you don't have the guitar on you all the time,
True.
like a sword.
True.
So like, dude could play guitar, and all these guys pull out guitar. You might be death
Right,
metal,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
might be
right.
acoustic, but
Right, I
you
get
get in
you.
a circle, and so who could freestyle guitar? But that happens with rap.
Right. Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
won't
that
back
happens a
down
lot
from
with
that.
like with musicians too, because you go to a party or something, there's like a couple guitars and like, oh, he can play.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, even if someone isn't death metal or someone does whatever,
yeah.
they'll still jump in together just for the hell of doing the music,
But it
because
seems a little more camaraderie jamming around the circle, where rap, just maybe based on where its history and how
right,
it's
it's
a little more,
the whole constant
it kind of
feeding
has
through
a
stuff.
little bit of a, and sometimes it is playful, like
Yeah.
the rappers who can diss each other and come right back at. I've been in I've been in some freestyle flow battles where it was about your cadence and your crowd participation and your ideas and your freestyling concepts.
okay.
But the few little diss battles, I'm not the best at it because I don't like clowning
Well,
people that much.
yeah.
But it's a lot easier at a party to be like, oh, this guy raps and this guy raps, no guitar needed, just rap.
Right, yeah.
So, and I hope to be able to do that. I like to freestyle on the fly. So
Right,
maybe
yeah,
that's where I might cross a cat who raps trap or mumble.
Right, yeah, of
because
course.
he's at the party going on da 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 da. And I was like, okay, did a body get a boss and a boss? You know, like, and
Right,
we'll,
yeah, of
we'll
course,
go back
yeah.
and forth and see what happens. So it's
Yeah, a lot of people, when they hear rap, they think it's a scene like an 8 Mile where everyone just jumps in and
Yeah,
they just
no,
start.
no.
Yeah, that's
Some
what a lot
cats
of
who-
people assume when it
some
comes
of
to
the
rappers and
artists who I
stuff
know
like
who
that.
can write the best raps in the world do not freestyle at all.
Yeah, I've heard
Or
stuff
not,
like
I guess,
that
I
before
guess it
too.
should be called improv because even nowadays, a lot of, like, if you listen to Sway in the morning,
Okay, yeah.
those freestyles, they're not off the top. They just, I guess freestyle means it's not a real song and it's
Right,
just rapping.
it's just free flowing
but it's
basically.
but it's memorized. All, like when you see Chance or Radada
Right.
or whoever it might be, or the young like Token or all these cool cats who can get down, those freestyles aren't off the top.
Okay.
Chicago and like New York have had different definitions than LA. Like it's always
Yeah,
been a
definitely,
battle.
yeah.
So there's like off the top freestyles, like improv shit where you just talk
Right,
about
yeah.
on the fly, and then there's cats who just a freestyle is just flowing with no concept. It's not a story song. It's just dope rhymes that they have memorized.
Right,
you know?
yeah,
They
yeah.
got 16 to 24 bars, rambling,
Right, yeah.
whatever. But sorry, I'm rambling.
No, that's
Speaking
fine.
of which,
I was gonna throw another one of your tracks up here. Like you have a wide variety, like since like from the time you started, like up until now, like the way
Yeah,
you did
yeah.
a lot of your rap songs. Like so, here's one. I'm gonna put up one of your newer ones. What we got here? Like A Broken Promise you did with Danny.
okay, that's my guitar. Oh, see, I completely slacked on introducing the rest of the band. I'm sorry. I introduced the
it's
Southeast Side homies. So let me real quick give
Yeah,
a
go
shout
ahead.
out
Yeah,
to
jump out there with them.
Danny Moreno. Is he's cousins with Andy Celio's wife.
Yep.
And he was a Cal City cat who went to TF North, but was in all them rock scenes,
Right,
playing in
yeah.
bands with Mike Golden's old band,
Right,
mates, and
yeah,
da-da-da.
yeah.
Like that same thing that the East Side was doing, Cal City was doing.
Yeah, they were doing
with
it
all
big
these
too back
rocker
then.
shit, you know. And and he came to a practice because he moved in with him up north and started hanging.
Okay.
And he listened, and me and him just clicked a lot. So when I come up with a weird cadence or something, I can call him and leave a message on his thing or send him a voice memo recording where I'm cut at a train. I was like, baby, I promise if I die before you do. And I have this concept, and he will come up with an awesome, cool riff. And he will make like a
because the way he did the guitar with that song, and it just works so well, like the way you guys do it.
That's like my weird folky acoustic hip hop thing.
Right.
So there's like Cojack and Company's the full band where they're like indie rockers.
Right.
Kojack's me solo. This is like that in between where it's like folky hip hop.
Right.
I love writing just catchy, cool, acoustic, folky vibe songs.
And it works because you can rarely see anybody rap to like something like basically someone strumming on an acoustic guitar. It's hard to find. Like I've seen it maybe one time somebody tried to do it and it didn't work very well because they tried to do it like too much of like a harder style with like So it doesn't really work, but you guys figured a way to work.
Well, there's a new I appreciate you digging it. That's awesome.
Oh hell yeah!
There's a new version
man.
coming out where Nina. So that's the last member of the band I didn't introduce yet. Nina Sullivan, awesome lady. Just want to let me say.
Right? Yeah.
She
of course.
joined for Try Again, and she's awesome and talented, and she's
stuck.
in it to win it.
Right? Hell
we
yeah.
happen to trap her in a mix, and we're making cool music together. But so there's a new version recorded based on his guitar and my hook and stuff on that recording that you're about to play, but with her in the mix. But that'll come out later. But this was I was watching the American Horror Story show. Like me and the lady binge watched season 1, and it was like a weird haunting and stuff. So I kind of thought about if you died haunting your lady as she does her thing throughout life, and you're just kind of there watching, singing a song type shit. So.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's cool. So you said.
Yeah, I don't write so many super deep conceptual songs, but this is one of my favorite kind of jam songs. I really do enjoy like just the vibe and
hell yeah.
What Danny Boy did with the cadence. I literally sent him a voice memo with the hook and mumbling. And then he played a little riff, and then I wrote some of the verse, and then we came together, and he tweaked the verse, and I tweaked my words, and that's what came of it. So,
all right, well, so here, check this one out. This is A Broken Promise. So here we go. All right, check it out, guys.
Baby, I promise if I die before you do, I won't come back and haunt you once you find somebody new. But when I do, call a priest, have him do away with me, but blow me one last kiss before I'm doomed. Baby, I promise if I die before you do, I won't come back and haunt you once you find somebody new. But when I do, call the priest, have him do away with me, but blow me one last kiss before I'm doomed. Better get an exorcist. I tried to stay away, but I can't resist. Don't really care where heaven is. If you're not there, I'll skip the trip. What's an afterlife without love? Got me like an addict without drugs. So I search for a fix. Nothing compares to what your love gives. I never did believe in ghosts. If there's a chance I could haunt your home, just know you won't be alone. I float through the hallways, always close. Paranormal activity, cause I need more of what you give to me. I wish things ended differently, cause I hate being history. Baby, I promise if I die before you do, I won't come back and haunt you once you find somebody new. But when I do, call a priest, have him do away with me, but blow me one last kiss before I'm doomed. I see you got kids in a new life. I always knew you make a good wife. I never did like the new guy blowing out his candle so we can't get the mood right. If I could use a Ouija board, I'd tell him to tell you he needs you more. Creaks in the floor and the slamming the doors are the songs that I sing since I can't anymore. Tell Peter at the gates I'll be late. The devil down below could debate my fate. They could fight for my soul while I patiently wait. Watch you grow old as memories fade. I won't go into the light. Promised I wouldn't haunt you, but I lied. Just know when your husband dies, there'll be one hell of a fight in the afterlife. Baby, I promise if I die before you do, I won't come back and haunt you once you find somebody new. But when I do, call a priest, have him do away with me, but blow me one last kiss before I'm doomed. Baby, I promise if I die before you do, I won't come back and haunt you once you find somebody new. But when I do, call a last kiss before I'm doomed.
Right, that was a Broken Promise. That was Cojack with Danny. That was like I said, the whole thing, the style of it, with the rapping over the whole the acoustic thing. It's not an easy thing to do, but you guys did it flawlessly, man.
We have new stuff coming out that has Nina more involved, and we kind of revamped that song a little bit.
Okay.
That was like, I love the idea, and that's why it's so beautiful to have so many talented friends.
Right,
and
hell
family,
yeah.
Where sometimes an idea comes out and it's like, that should be a straight rap song.
Right,
Sometimes
yeah.
the idea comes out and be like, that should be a band song. Sometimes it comes out and it's like, that should be the acoustic thing.
Right.
But any of them at any point in time, if the band ain't feeling an idea, I was like, all right, I can do it solo with a
Right,
beat,
yeah, of
or I
course.
can do it acoustic, or vice versa. I came up with something acoustic, but then the band came up with something so amazing. So that was kind of the middle ground where I felt it should be more acoustic. I remember the job I was on when I came up with that hook, a basement in South Holland, finishing a basement floor, waterproofing it. And I remember being under the stairs, and I heard a blues riff on a podcast I was listening to, and I was watching American Horror Story that had me thinking about haunting the people you love.
Yeah.
And I just remember coming up with a concept. I sent it to my brother and Danny.
Right.
And Danny Moreno, happened to come at me with the riff at next band practice. I was like, that's awesome. So we recorded the hook and the riff.
Right.
And he played the riff a little longer. And at a side job I had the next day after practice, I just listened to that on repeat and wrote the verses.
Right, right.
And it was literally like, that song from beginning to end was maybe a couple of weeks of, I showed him the vocal idea with nothing. I mean, me at a red light or a train, humming the beat on my voice memo app, and then him coming to practice next time with a riff idea. And
oh hell yeah, that's tight. That's tight. That's badass.
And it was dope enough to where I told him play along, and then the next weekend I wrote stuff to it, and then next practice, here's the song idea. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that works, man. Like that's an awesome way of doing it, because that's just like a free flow style. It's just like because like it can take a lot of people. It can take sometimes 6 months to put a song together. And able to put something like that together just with like a basic beat, like a basic like notion of how you want to do it, that is fucking amazing.
And to me, I've been spoiled, and that's why I'm kind of, and that's why I'm always like, no man is an island, because if I was alone, you wouldn't hear any of this shit.
Right? Yeah, of course.
My music comes from the awesome people around me, so
definitely, definitely.
I'll record. Like Broken Promise, I'll record a hook idea or a cadence idea, and I'll send it to my brother and my buddy Mike Shaw. From Hammond. And he comes up with an awesome beat. And then the song Poison that we're hoping to release soon is its whole own thing based on me recording it in my car at a red light or a train.
No shit.
And sending it to him, and he made a whole beat around it. We met up once. I tweaked my lyrics. He tweaked his beat. I tweaked my lyrics. He tweaked my beat. Now we're going to go record it for the final version. Like, I am nothing without the people around me who are amazingly talented, and I'm honored to have them in my life.
Right,
without them, I'm just an idiot with ideas talking to the wall. Like,
with
them,
of course,
it's the world is like endless with all these awesome artists and musicians. Like, I never want to take that for granted, or that's why I can't do a shitty performance or play over my rap song and act like an asshole and just mumble over it, because these cats put in hours and hours and years of dedication to master their craft. That can come up with cool notes and stuff based off of my dumb lyric ideas. Right, yeah. And can create a song that people feel. Like,
exactly. That's amazing, dude. That's like really, that is something that I fucking love. Yeah. Shit like that. Because like I said, the music is something, if it doesn't bring a certain group of people or just a couple people together just to like listen to it or even make it, just the fun of making a song, the fun of like getting together to hear a song that like, it's like, fuck, that's amazing, dude. That feeling is great. We chewed these
ideas up and we like digested them and shit out the song.
Right, yeah.
As crazy as it might sound, like the band
and that's
stuff,
tight.
Yeah, the band stuff. Like sometimes they come up with awesome riffs and I write to that.
Right.
Sometimes I'm inspired for whatever reason and I write at 3 a.m. a song idea that's a verse and a hook and maybe a bridge, and then I bring it to, or what I usually do is record it roughly to a click track or something. And send it to Andy.
Right, have them do something with it.
And be like, hey man, I got this dumb idea. Just, is it worth? Or I'll send the lyrics sometimes to Andy. I'm sorry, Andy, but he gets bombarded with so many of my lyric ideas. Like, because everybody in the band finds their own little niches, right?
Right.
And Andy's my homie that I bounce these ideas off of all the time, like lyrically. And I'll be like, is this concept worth pursuing? And then all of a sudden you go to practice and D Nasty Dave is
Right.
like, I got a riff I never used, and Danny Boy hears it, and he's like, I could fuck,
Right, you
work
can
together.
move with it,
Andy's
yeah.
like, I can get a bass going, and Andy will be like, what about those lyrics you showed me? And we could be like, oh, sometimes it works like that. Sometimes
Right, yeah, I
it's
get
like,
you.
I love the process of, it could be a riff from them, it could be a thought from them. One time they're playing a riff, and I was like in an angry, depressed mood, and I was like, at practice, I'm like, I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm pissed off right now. And Andy's like, well, listen to this and write like you're locked in a room.
Right,
And
yeah.
we have a song called Locked Room that's about to be dropped in that live
Okay.
performance thing.
Nice.
Where I wrote it from that perspective while they're jamming with these awesome riffs that
Nice.
became one of my favorite songs. Like, I'm writing, like, based off a sentence from Andy.
Right,
telling
okay.
me, write it like you're locked in a room, pissed
Right, I
off
got you.
about this then.
That's
know,
fucking-
like,
that's
so it's,
tight.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you guys as a band, like, you guys, like, you mesh so well. Like, you've done, like, a lot of things already with the band.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
what was it? You guys played with Common, right?
We got to open for Common
Yeah.
at the Hammond Civic Center.
Right.
That was our first, like, but that was before we were even Cojack and Company.
Yeah, that was
because-
still when you guys were high school homies and everything.
Well,
yeah.
we didn't even.
Oh, no.
Thank you for remembering that. That wasn't even official.
Right,
that was
yeah,
the name
that
we were
was-
toying with, Cojack
yeah.
and high school homies. But it was literally because my videos get a lot of clout because Nick Brzezinski, Nick
Right,
B,
yeah.
is a homie, does amazing
Definitely.
things. So like cats who knew about who I was solo, but they also liked the fact that we were rocking with the band. So it was like, if we were asked, can Cojack with his band play a show? It's like, what do you call it then?
Right, yeah,
Like,
I got
we're
you.
what, like they like the songs that we play as Cojack because that's how the whole battle of the bands was like.
Right.
Andy, Dave, and Dan, P.
Right,
Man,
yeah,
D.
yeah, yeah.
Nasty, Celio. Can you guys help me learn like cover my songs as a band so we can win this shit? And we
Right,
ended up
hell yeah.
winning. You know, like, cause I did the first round solo, and they were
Right,
like, "Yo,
yeah.
you won the first round because it was 3 solo artists.
Right.
You're going against bands next."
Right,
so I
right.
hollered at my homies I know the longest, like, "Can you guys cover a few songs for me?" And that's how it started. And then we're like, "Yo, this is dope. Let's write songs together." And
No,
that's
hell
kind of
yeah.
How it branched
And
out.
that's awesome.
It was awesome, and yeah, I mean, I'm rambling, but these dudes,
Nah,
like,
man,
literally
like there
changed
literally
my
has
whole,
to, like I said, it's the
amazing.
neighborhood thing, bro. Like I always come back to that thing. It's like it's the neighborhood thing. It's like it's all
Yeah.
about the neighborhood. Like I said, like you said, we're in that small corner that no one goddamn knows about, and everyone like. There's certain people that see like the East Side is the only thing. Like people tend to forget about Hegwish. People tend People tend to forget about South Chicago. People tend to forget South Daring is part of our neighborhood and stuff like that. But like I said, our neighborhood is just this is home, and this is always gonna be home. Even for people that leave, they always gonna come back. Like Nick B, you know, he's out there in LA doing
when we
his
shot
thing.
our last video, we took a little revisit to visit his pops, who's in the
Right.
video of "Let's Call It Good" by Cojack and Company.
Okay.
And we actually, it's not in the video, but we cruised by his old place. I mean, he was an East Sider. He went to Annunciata until 8th grade, and then went to Munster, but then he went to Columbia. Like, he was always a weird skater, adventurous dude.
Yeah.
And just always on his own thing, like always pursuing something. When he was filming his homie skating, he was always on to the next. Well, how can we push the envelope? How can we do
Right,
this thing?
yeah.
And he brought that into rap videos, to rock
Yeah.
videos, to photography. Like, he's just his dreams outshone his like his feeling of obligations or whatever this
Right,
little
yeah.
corner of the city was. I happened to get a job around here, but I'm always moved by what Nick B does.
Oh,
and
yeah,
how he
he's-
did, and that's why we have fun together. Where we
His
got to
art,
shoot.
his art, and his craft is like
Yeah.
it supersedes a lot by far.
Definitely.
Like by far, man. It's like it's amazing.
We became even homies because he knew my brother from way back in the day.
Oh,
He knew
okay.
my good buddy Justin from skating because they were all. That's how we started. He was filming and photographing.
Right.
You know, extreme skaters, cats,
Oh, hell yeah.
you know, jumping off the sun porch at Man Park. I think I met all them dudes when I was in 8th grade and they were freshmen jumping off of, you know, benches and whatever, and Hegwish and Eastside, Jane Addams skating around on blocks.
Right,
And I was
yeah,
just, I used to have hockey rollerblades. I would just cruise around and smoke and get a buzz and hang around and hacky sack with people. I
Yeah,
just like
oh,
to
hell
be around.
yeah.
Same with the music. I just like to be around people who are doing creative stuff, man.
And that's a positive thing. It's like I
Yeah.
said, this neighborhood does that to people. And speaking of the neighborhood, I'm gonna just segue into this. I'm gonna throw. I don't care. I'm
Do
throwing
it up.
another song into this. This is one of your older songs. This is a Home
Yes.
Sweet Home. This is you and NASA,
Oh
right?
yeah, this is this beat was made. I think it was a Scotty Fisher beat. This was right around when I really started kicking it hard with NASA, and I told him like I wanted to write a song about the Southeast Side,
Right.
and I had my buddy Aloe DJ Allo he's from the South Side, but way more north than us. The South Side's so big, so you tell cats from the South Side, they assume like Bridgeport. I'm like,
right, yeah.
Like 95, 90 more blocks, 100 more blocks. Like we're the booth.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But Allo is an awesome dude, so I met him through Wes, and Allo's like, yo, I'll throw some cuts, and I'm like, here's the song idea. It's a concept about the Southeast Side. I'd love to have some Chicago cuts in the hook.
Right, hell
and
yeah.
That's what became of it. And NASA. Let me just say this, man. He's a badass producer. He's a badass recorder. He shoots his own videos now, but his rhymes,
dude,
they're like you're looking through one of those little picture camera things when you were
yeah, the little
like,
wheel of pictures, yeah.
Factories, the bar. Like he's just such a visual MC. Like his
time.
Like, he just paints a picture so beautifully. Like, I might be more in my head like about the concepts of where we live, and this dude is just like.
Right, he can
a camera picture show of the world he lives in. So please enjoy him, if nothing else on my part.
Yeah. Well, here, check this one out. This is Home Sweet Home. This is Cojack and NASA.
Southeast Side.
Yeah, check it out.
We need every break we can get. Cojack is Cojack.
I like where I live. We don't get hit by many natural disasters. We have a lot of factories. Pollution is a factor, but this is where I plant my feet. Skyscrapers watching the city streets like the all-seeing eye from the Lord of the Rings. Reside on Chicago's South Side, southeast as you can be before you reach the state line. Find a mix of nationalities, working as civil servants who lurk on the outskirts, still enjoying the perks of big city living. Of course it can get vicious. Dirty politicians, a bipolar city. Can we get a prescription to help with the sickness? Roads full of potholes, who's gonna fix this? Do it on your own, different than big business. No bailout, giving billions for assistance. Won't fail now, we're just too persistent.
I live in a city.
Chicago will be the next time. Chicago's next.
Takes the quarter pound with spice from Chi-Town.
Come Chi-Town, Chicago is.
I live in a city.
Chicago will be the next time. Chicago's next.
Takes the quarter pound with spice from Chi-Town. But Chicago has my heart.
East End 100 kids underneath the bridge. Alphabet City Lakefront is where it lives. Steel mill skeletons, old folks remembering the heyday. Massacres and protests on May Day. Southside lyrical, slag rain mineral. Smokestack steeples and bars are the typical. Cornerstone nutrition, psycho-like tradition. Download the upper middle class living condition. Lakeshore access, skyway passes. Cruising gangland trying to dodge them hot flashes. Cameras on poles, range bungalow rows. Where the wind blows, crime pays and it shows. Daily machine, Gold Coast, ghetto scene, city hall, courthouse, prosecute their own team. Cause it's gangster at the top of the list. Wrote a song about my city and it goes like this.
I live in a city.
Chicago will be the next time. Chicago's next.
Takes the quarter pound with spice from Chi-Town.
Come Chi-Town, Chicago is.
I live in a city.
Chicago will be the next time. Chicago's next.
Takes the quarter pound with spice from Chi-Town. Yeah, Southside.
All right, that was Home Sweet Home. That was Cojack and NASA. That was pretty tight, man. Like I said, the video is badass. So if you guys want, go to YouTube, go check out Cojack Raps. All these songs that you're listening to, they're gonna be on there and stuff like that. He's got like a lot of other songs on there that you guys can check out.
Got some of the band stuff, the acoustic stuff, the solo stuff.
Yeah.
It's Cojack's Raps. Cojack will pop up. Cojack's Raps will pop me up directly. That's the name of my page. There are some other rappers named Cojack and the old TV show Cojack. So if you dig a little bit, but I tend to stand out amongst the rest of them.
Right, hell yeah. So what I know you said you got like this the videos coming up. You got any shows lined up? Any solo shows? Any band shows lined up? Anything like that?
Nothing directly lined up actually. We're hoping early summer to maybe do a little small show at One Trick Pony, the craft brewery in Lansing.
Yeah.
It's a small joint, so like, I mean, 30, 40 people might be too much. We like to try to, because with the solo or the band thing, my question has always been like quality or quantity of shows.
Right.
And like, if you do a show every month, then cats just kind of like, I'll catch them next month.
Right. Yeah.
Catch you. It is what it is. So we're trying to have like new music and make it worth them coming out when it's a full band show.
Okay.
Solo, I don't have anything directly lined up, but I have the acoustics solo. I mean, the acoustic project isn't solo. I don't know what that's going to be called.
Yeah.
But I have Danny Boy and Nina from the band helping. I got P-Man and Andy on different song ideas. I got my brother Kyle, everybody Getch on other songs. So like the acoustic project is such an amalgamation of friends. I don't know what that's going to be.
Right.
But I also got another EP with just me and Aloe. We're like 5 songs deep into, so that'll be a project. Then,
Okay.
Another project with my buddy Mike Shaw from Hammond, and we got a couple songs going.
All right.
And then a few other random one-offs with just other friends and producers. So,
Yeah, you good, you good.
I'm burping up some Founders, Dirty Bastard.
Hey, this actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good slow sipper. But,
Oh, hell yeah.
But I just have so much I want to release,
Right.
but I don't want to like overwhelm anybody and just
Right, I
put it
get
all
what
out
you're saying.
because then just be like, I saw this video last time. Why do I need to check this one? So I'm always sporadic. Like, how do we release it? How should we do it? So if you follow Cojack's Raps on YouTube or Cojack's Raps or Cojack and Company on Instagram or either Cojack and Company or Cojack's Raps on Facebook, like we'll share the new stuff we do, and I hope you dig it. But there, I'm a little more able to clarify. Like, this is some more folky acoustic hip hop.
Right,
this
yeah,
is
of
some
course.
more full Cojack and Company just rocking your mind because these musicians are amazing.
Right, hell yeah.
Music. Or this is me, Cojack is rapping over beats because Aloe's a beast, or
Right,
Shaw's
yeah,
a beast,
definitely.
and his producers are beasts. So like, I love the fact that I swerve through all those lanes, like acoustic, solo, full band. But the fact that I do that and the concepts change,
Right.
it's like I never fully develop. Like I write songs about love that people like, and then they hate the party songs. I like people who like the party songs. They hate the love songs. People who
Right,
like
yeah,
the serious political stuff who don't like the party stuff. People who think the band is too rappy to be rock or too rocky to be rap. Like,
Right, yeah, I get
I've
what you're
done
saying.
nothing but alienate everybody.
Right, yeah.
Never stayed in the lane at all, really.
You know what? If you ain't changing lanes in life or
I
in any
swerve.
kind of
I
game,
like
bro,
to swerve,
come on, man.
And hopefully you find something. It's like, you like me on
Exactly.
that acoustic, follow me in that lane. You like me in the band,
Right.
follow me in that lane. You like me solo, follow me in that lane. And maybe
Exactly.
there'll be a little crossover, but don't write all the other lanes off because you didn't like one song. in that
Exactly,
lane or
yeah.
something.
That's a good
It's
thing.
a
Like,
3-lane highway and one's acoustic, rock,
Exactly.
rap, or full band and then solo.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Those are my 3 lanes. Like, I hope there's something in one of those lanes you could enjoy. And maybe you really start digging one of them lanes. Maybe you veer over one time to check out a little bit
Right,
of that
yeah.
one, and it catches your ear.
right,
per
of
se,
course,
you know?
yeah. It's like goes back to the same thing with like the rap scene and the hip hop scene and everything like that. And yeah, he does that. Like, but then they try to hear like the folk style stuff. They're like, what the hell is that?
Soft dude talking about love and all that junk, all up in his feelings. Mad
Hey.
feels. Hashtag all up in his feels. So many feels.
There you go, man. Shit, the hell with them. Like I said, man, fuck all the fucking haters with shit. If no one likes this shit, there's gonna be someone else behind them that's gonna like it.
I
So
hope
I mean,
so. I hope I create enough to where if you dig that deep, but honestly at the same time I'm also hypocritical because I'm so in my own world that I don't pursue as much new music as I
Right.
should.
I get you.
Like if I don't come across you at a show
Uh-huh.
or the video's not directly shared by somebody who I trust their opinion of,
Right.
then I might just scroll by it like anybody else does, which might be what many cats do to me. So like I try to not
True.
be like that, but it is like the overabundance of like just stimulation all the time now where you almost my built-in filter, I try to not let it be like the Facebook algorithms or
Right, yeah, I
all
got
the
you.
bullshits. I'd rather it be like I trust this dude's opinion. He shared this guy's video, I'm gonna check it. I trust like you're a homie of mine. I've
Right,
seen
yeah.
you in the scene for years. Like
Yep.
I'm gonna listen to your podcast.
Right,
Like, that's
yeah.
gonna be on my rotation because you know what? I want to hear what you have to say. Like
Right,
you
yeah,
kicked it at the
definitely.
bar, having a few cocktails. I want to get a little deeper. You know, like,
Right, yeah, I get you, man.
I want it to be a little more intimate than that.
Right,
And what I was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about earlier, like that's what I think maybe music should go because there's
Yeah.
mad cats on the southeast side in Northwest Indiana who are all about supporting their local beer.
Oh hell
Their
yeah.
local restaurants. My homie's a chef who's doing this. My buddy's making beer who's doing this. But
Right.
they still only share the music that Reddit or YouTube tell them's cool.
Right.
Why aren't you supporting your same local music? Like,
Right, yeah,
I know it's
exactly.
all Spotify and da-da-da, but like,
Right,
why
yeah.
is music becomes like this disposable thing? Like, I want it at
Yeah.
the second, the instant I want it, blah, blah, blah. If it don't fit that mood, da-da-da, it's on to the next one, thumbs up, thumbs down, like
Right,
Tinder
yeah,
type
definitely.
shit. But your restaurants and your brew is different than that. You appreciate craft from the neighborhood.
Right.
Yet you are easily ready to shun art, be
Right,
it
yeah, of
paintings or music from the neighborhood.
Right, yeah.
because it's so disposable in this
Right, yeah.
streaming universe.
Because they feel like, oh, even if they,
It's a lot to
yeah,
swallow, sorry.
yeah,
It's a
yeah. I
lot
know.
to
I
spit
get
out.
exactly what you're saying because, like, with the whole restaurant thing, you've tried one thing, it was okay. You're gonna go back to try something
Yeah, I
else.
want to give them another chance. I want
Right.
to, I want to vibe on their whole menu a little bit. Maybe this beer could have been this. Maybe they screwed up. Like you give them a little, but with music, it's like if this don't catch me in 20 seconds and don't
Right,
get my head
I'm
nodded
done.
and
I'm
feel
going-
the
right.
swag and it doesn't fit the hashtag I want to
Right,
post
yeah.
in the mood I'm in when I post so
Fuck,
many
man.
feels or whatever little, so
To hell with all
whatever.
that.
Like I'm like, why don't you? Dude, if cats ask me what do you listen to now, I could name literally 20, if not more, local either rock bands or rap bands.
Right, and
Like,
that's dope.
That's what's 6 disc changer still in my 09 Corolla, so not too fancy. But like all but the one CD that's my new song ideas for me to listen to are local cats.
Okay.
It's Ants 13 and Long Shot.
Okay,
It's another band. It's The Highest Low. It's, like The Lights Over Bridgeport's a rock
Okay,
band.
yeah.
Key Man's other band is The Hollow. Or it's Long Shot solo CD, or it's so many different rappers. It's Sam. I can just tell you a bunch of different MCs I know from the scene.
Right, I got you.
You're so close-minded, and to me, I'm like,
how the hell is that? No, it's not about close-minded.
if you drink all the Chicago craft beers and you think they're super dope and people need to learn about them, you're doing nothing but taking pictures of you drinking their beer.
Right.
What about all this dope-ass music?
Exactly.
Rock or rap or whatever. Like,
Right.
because they ain't getting buzz from nobody else, you don't give a damn. Like,
Right, exactly.
You need to help create that buzz. Same way that beer needs its homies
Exactly.
supporting creating the buzz. Same way your homie's cafe, if his food's really good and you're not just swinging because he's friends.
Right,
like,
yeah,
if he's
most
really
definitely.
good food or good music, like, you help make
Put it
that.
out
You're
there,
a part
yeah.
of it. Like,
Exactly.
Cats, like, tend to not care unless it's cared about by others.
Right.
And,
That's exactly comes with music, because you go to a show, you go to see somebody play. I don't care what if it's band, hip hop. It doesn't matter. You go to a show, and if you're digging what they're putting out there, you're gonna share it out there for them. You're gonna have everything to do with it. And if you don't like, let's say you like half of their set, and you don't like, you'll be like, whatever, blah blah.
Maybe you share one video of the song you like though.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe it has to be like, maybe because I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, like, they played 12 songs, I liked about 6 of them, but that one song I really liked.
Exactly.
And maybe them other 6 songs are somebody else's cup of tea.
Exactly. But a lot of people don't see it. They were like, half their set sucked, whatever.
Because I think a lot of like TV and movies, because it's so on demand and in your face right now, it becomes dispensable.
Right, I get you.
If I don't like every one of this dude's songs or every little that comes out of his mouth, I go to the next until I catch something that fits the exact vibe. And I guess we missed it too. Like, we had CDs, like we caught the tail end. Like, people, I guess, would call us the millennials if they broke it down generation wise, but homie, I didn't get a cell phone until I was 18. I didn't live with this social media world.
Right,
like the cats who were 3, 4, 5 years after us, who grew up with a MySpace, then a Facebook, then every thought you've ever had posted.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
we're at the tail end of the generation before us.
Right.
And we're at the beginning of this weird internet generation. Where so we're like the middle ground where I don't count myself as like these millennial kids who every thought has mattered since they were 5 years old. But we also did have like AOL Instant Messenger and the beginnings of that shit. A little more sharing to where the old school rappers and rockers were like, we used to be touring, now there's MySpace.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So like we saw them hating on it and we saw the new kids taking it a different, so we're like that limbo generation.
But it's one thing that I've always like said for like the last like 7 years, the digital age of music with YouTube and everything like that killed the actual like live band. It killed the live performer in a long way, because a lot of people, like back then, all the fucking heavy labor, the footwork, going to a show, even if you're not playing, going to a show to try and tell you about their band, handing out free CDs, putting actual paper flyers in somebody's hand to go out there and like, come check out my show I got in this dude's basement. I'm performing at this bar. Come check me out. Putting in the actual footwork and like putting literally your fucking physical blood into this music.
Blood, sweat, and tears, man.
You know, it's like without that, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's still called music, but I feel it as just like it's a cop out when it comes to like newer generation. Not saying like some of these people like aren't good at what they do. They're good, but I feel they're going about it like the wrong way. Like, let's say a local act that's like some teenagers like.
Are we just jaded and we feel that way is the way everybody has to do it?
I'm not saying everybody has to do it that way, but like if you're gonna go and like, let's say you're a teenager right now and you're starting a band, don't just like record 2 songs off your goddamn iPhone 7 and throw it up on YouTube and think you're gonna be like a fucking star.
Yeah, go play, get booed, sweat it out.
Exactly.
Learn what sucks live.
Take
what
the goddamn hate. Because without the hate, you're never gonna succeed like fully. That's the way I feel with music. Because I've seen a lot of bands come and go. I've seen a lot of artists come and go, and if you don't take the hate with the good, then get the hell out of the game. Because there's always going to be someone that hates you, even for the simple fact of not because they don't like your music. Even if they don't like something about you, they're not going to like your music, and they're going to diss your music.
There's comment threads and shit.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even want to read that.
And motherfuckers are so sensitive nowadays. The slightest little comment like, well, your song sucks and no one's going to listen to you. Some people are so damn sensitive, like, well, fuck it, I'm not going to do music anymore. To hell with the fucking haters.
I get hated by all ends, man.
If you like what you're putting out and someone is like willing to come listen to you play, or someone's come like willing to like share your stuff,
Yeah.
don't discredit yourself. Like, this is for any like teenager or like up and coming band. Don't ever discredit yourself for anybody's shitty comments, because there's always gonna be shitty comments. But you know what though? For every shitty comment, there's at least 3 good comments.
Yeah, hopefully, and focus on the. I mean, you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. There's
Exactly.
7 billion people on the globe, man.
Exactly.
Like, and take it from a guy who is swerved all over the place and never developed a real true fan base. So take it for what it is, you know. But like, I like to think there's something relatable about the human condition in all my songs, and maybe you just gotta find the one that you can vibe on.
Right.
But I did hear this analogy, and before we wrap it up or whatever,
Right.
this cat who was a little more savvy, my boy Ridiculous, he's a cool ass dude from Chicago.
Yeah.
He's in Chicago now. He's from the East Coast, I believe. But he talked about back in the day, the thing that separated you from the rest was your money to pay for recording.
Right.
And that's that sound quality. Now that studios are in everybody's basement,
Right.
the thing that happens to separate you is the money you put towards promo. And
Right, definitely,
shit
yeah.
that I hate to think about.
Right,
Shit that
yeah,
you
oh,
probably
hell yeah.
like, the image and the da-da-da and the
Yeah.
look at me and the slogans and the stupid catchy shit, or
Yeah,
the
fuck that.
paying people for reviews and stuff. But he said, like, as much as I respect your purist art form and what you're thinking of, the world as it is now, instead of paying for studio time like you would have, that extra money should go towards the game.
Right, definitely, yeah.
And that's something to consider. I'm not
Definitely,
saying I
no,
agree,
yeah,
but
big time, because you know what though? Like I said, even though like, especially like with these newer ones coming up, you can do this shit with your iPhone 7. But you know what though? Like when you lay down an actual recording track, like you want to like make an actual song that's your fucking bread and butter, that's something that you created. You know what?
I got a young homie I worked with who, talented kid, comes up with a lot of cool ideas. You know, you're a few years younger than me.
Right.
And he like released some music and he showed it to me one day at work on a side job. And he had some cool ass ideas, but I asked him like, "Yo, what'd you record it on?" He's like, "Well, on my iPhone with my iPhone earbuds with the built-in mic." And I'm like, "Homie, like, ask me."
Right,
You
yeah.
find a guy who at the most is gonna charge you $20 an hour.
Right, exactly.
Lock them songs in, book 3 hours, $60. If you lock them songs in, you got 3 songs ready to go.
Right.
A rough mix. If you don't want to pay master them, they're gonna sound cleaner than your iPhone.
Right, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like,
or even if you want, there's these mics that they sell specifically for cell phones that people use for like interviews and stuff like that. They cost like, I think $60. Like you'll find like a decent one. You can plug right into your iPhone, go right into the headphone jack, and it'll be an external mic. But that's like 10 times better than just like a basic like the mic on the phone or stuff like
or
that.
the mic on the headphones.
Right, yeah.
From your right ear.
There's ways to go about it. There's a lot of ways to go about it.
It's interesting now because the ability to record is at your fingertips, and some people who do a funny video that happens to be a meme or whatever,
Right.
can catch fire. So it's like the haystack has become way bigger.
Right, definitely,
It's easier
yeah.
to
Oh,
throw
yeah.
your hay in the stack, but the needles are harder to find.
Yeah, exactly.
And also there's cats who you don't even know what the needle is, because if you're not
True
in
that.
that genre, the needles are different for what some people just want a cat video, some people just want a this or that or whatever. So it's hard to tell what the hell's what right
Right,
now.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying completely.
So I'm just trying to create, man.
Yeah.
Like the 3 lanes. So if I have to simplify it, I'm driving on a highway as Cojack, the Cojack and Company. That's my left lane. Let's move fast. Let's
Right,
fucking
hell
make
yeah.
awesome heavy music. There's the middle lane. That's been what I've been doing. The solo Cojack, rhyming over beats, but jumping from love to politics to philosophy to party.
Yeah, hell
and
yeah.
still alienating everybody in that lane. I guess I jerk too much. I don't swerve out of it, but I'm
Right,
too
yeah,
inconsistent
yeah.
of a driver for you to follow me all the time.
I got
And then
you.
the right lane is my acoustic chill. Let's vibe to it. Let's do some folky acoustic, like Broken Promise,
Right, yeah.
passionate, maybe heartfelt, maybe weird, maybe repetitive, maybe just catchy vibes.
Right,
And
yeah.
I will take anybody from the left lane, the middle lane, other outside on the shoulders, homies that neighborhoods I'm passing. Let's make the right lane sound as cool as we
Right,
can.
yeah, I know. I get what
Same
you're
with the
saying,
middle
bro.
lane. Left lane is
Yeah.
it's set in stone. The middle lane has wiggle room depending on who makes the beats, who wants to contribute. The right lane is like, let's just make it weird.
Right,
And I'm
yeah,
right
yeah,
on
yeah.
the side of your street, so you want to hop in, you want to play a bass line, you want to, like, let's just make it weird. So
Right, yeah, I got
hopefully
you.
one of the lanes intrigued you.
Right, oh, yeah, of course. You know, shit. Something's going to intrigue somebody. Because
I
I
hope
said,
so.
you hit all 3 of those, like, notes right there. Because you got your hip-hop style, then you got the rock style going on with the band, then you got, like, the folk style with, like, the softer style and stuff like that. So there's somebody that's going to like you.
I hope so. I hope, like, maybe the cats who listen to the right lane might be like, yo, the left lane's a little harder than I like, but the lyrical, because It's funny when you're doing the live band stuff. People
Right.
tend to go like, "What are you most similar to?" in their head. So you get to almost get a peek into them by who they compare you to.
Right, yeah, of
So
course.
guess like you sound like Rage. I'm like, all
Well-
right, you kind of get it. I don't get it as political as
Right, yeah, of
but my
course.
musicians are super dope. Like my band's
Hell
dope.
yeah, without a
Some
doubt.
cats say like it's kind of Limp Bizkit-ish, and I'm like,
Okay, I mean, well, I
I
wouldn't
wore
go
a
that far.
backwards White Sox cat today, but I never once did a and I
Right,
don't really
yeah.
scream. So, but
Right,
the
hell
musicians
yeah.
are dope and they rock a little harder than the Roots do.
That's true.
Some
yeah.
real hip hop the Roots a little harder, you know, like because obviously my bandmates didn't grow up on jazz and funk; they grew up on punk rock,
Right,
and
yeah.
rock and classic rock on the South
Right, hell
Side.
yeah,
Some
exactly.
gritty, rocky, fucking Danny Boy's from Cal City.
Right, exactly.
You know, Nina's from South Holland. And then the rest of the homies are from East Side Slag.
Right, yeah, all from
Anchorage.
around
We're this,
here, yeah.
This corner, man. We're all this corner. So it's interesting.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, I don't know, George, man.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate you inviting
Oh,
me
hell
to,
yeah,
to
brother.
ramble at you.
Oh hell, yeah,
for-
this is what I want. This is what I love. But you know that we were talking about partying and stuff like that, and it is Friday, so you know what that means. A lot of people are going out. So if you want to go out, you want to listen to something while you're getting ready, while you're all doing your makeup, because all you guys love doing your makeup. I know you guys do. Give a listen to this song. This is one of his. This is one of his more party songs. You know. This is Here We Go Again. So
Yes.
check it out. See how well you guys like it.
Pre-game, a little bit of urban liquor just enough to start to hit you later. We'll exceed that. We came to get the party moving quicker. No one wants to lose a liver, but we wanna drink that. We ain't giving up even when living is tough. Gotta find a little time to lean back. We stay sipping on Jack and the yak till we yak. Throw it up like a beanbag. Shots pouring, approaching 4 in the morning. Testing personal levels of alcohol absorption. Ignoring the Surgeon General's warning. Of course, more searching for a certain form of sexual exploring. Better be selective or regret it in the morning. Yes, I'm misdirected, but measuring what's important. Easily bringing the heat whenever I'm recording. Forever with the trees, I'm never leaving the forest. Here we go again. Feel it kicking in. Oh, it never ends. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here with all my friends. The party never ends. Here we go. The way that I'm living is staying lifted every waking minute, breaking restrictions that they have made for us, making it different. So if you take it and listen while hitting play in your system, you really make it bump. Blazing the stickiest, mixing liquor for sipping. The kids are chasing addiction until the day is done. Lay with the missus, kissing and changing positions. This isn't hit it and quit it, boo. This is making love. Ain't it fun? Living and loving while getting crunk at the function until you're wasted drunk. Waking up, head straight for the shots. Uh-oh, I guess you're hanging tough. Hang with us, seeing what it leads to. Drinking with the lean, but too frequently hit the green too. Always smoking cigarillos, got a swish of sweet tooth. Lay back, throw on the wax, drop the needle. Here we go again. Feel it kicking in. Oh, it never ends. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here with all my friends. The party never ends. Here we go. My rhyming and scribbling is like Iverson dribbling, making it seem so simple till you try and exhibit it, making the speech so nimble and acquiring this quickness is the opposite of simple for lines of invited citizens. A little liquid nutrition is what the whiskey is, chilling with the miscreants and misfits I consider kin. This is it, breathe the swisher in, floating like a fisherman. Go and get a picture if your mission is to quickly get tipsy while double fisting it, yo. You're just missing it, so take a hit of this, whoa. I meant sip, not swig the whole friggin' fifth. I ain't getting blamed when you're sloppy and belligerent. The room is wobbling and who the hell is spinning it? I'm assuming it's probably the different mixes kicking in. We're consuming a lot of things wanting to get us lifted. Self-induced lobotomy, part of our brains missing. Here we go again. Feel it kicking in. Oh, it never ends. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here with all my friends. The party never ends. Here we go again. Here we go again. Feel it kicking in. Oh, it never ends. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here with all my friends.
was "Here We Go Again" by Cojack. That's one of those songs that like you want to listen to like before you go out partying, go out drinking or whatever. That's one of those things where you just have to listen to and stuff like that. But I mean, pretty much, that's Cojack for you guys, man. He's a local Hager's kid who just loves the neighborhood and he loves performing. If he ever has a show or something, I'll let you guys know. He'll post it up on all social medias. You can find him everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, all that shit out there.
Yeah, Cojack's Raps. It's Cojack's with an S. So Cojack's Raps. Cojack's Raps on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, just look up Cojack on Facebook. Type in Cojack on YouTube. There's some other cats named Cojack, but you'll find me.
Right, yeah.
Cojack's
You'll
Raps,
see his
the
white
YouTube
face
page.
just pop up.
PJ Weddle. But just thanks, George, man. I love.
Hell yeah,
I
thanks
love
for
making
coming out
music
for
and
stuff like
vibing
this,
on
dude.
all this stuff, man. Party stuff, serious life stuff, working class. Like that's all. I feel like all different segments of what I'm trying to be about. Just capturing people who work hard, think a lot.
Hell
who
yeah.
have families they love, but also think about the madness of their existence, just the human condition, the living in
definitely.
this. You're thrown into life. You gotta grab it. Like we're born here, we're thrown into it. I don't know, like just accepting each other, just coming together of different ideas, music, cultures, everything. Like I love it.
Hell yeah. Like I said, other than that, that's pretty much it. I got a quick show announcement. What we got here? May 27th, we got We Killed the Lion with Buzzard and Uncouth. That's at 7 p.m. at Cobra Lounge. Yeah, go check it out if you guys want to hear We Killed the Lion. It's another great, somewhat local band. One of my good friends, Leonard Warren.
Keep me posted on that,
because
because depending on the night, our practice spot is like a 2-block walk from Cobra Lounge.
I think it's on a Saturday, yeah.
If I'm up there practicing, I
hell yeah.
I will hang out and I will walk the 2
Yeah, I think it's a
blocks,
Saturday, and it starts
Dope.
at 7, so.
Cool.
But yeah, if you guys want to go check that out, go check that out. If I find any other stuff out about some shows, I'll be sure to guys let you know. You listen to us on SoundCloud right now. This is also going to go up on YouTube now, so go check out the link. I'll have it in the description for everything you see it at. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Throw some music on, turn your headphones up. I'll check you guys when we come back next week.
Thanks, George.
Peace out, man.